you're like us, you are ride or die for pie.
Doesn't matter how old you are or where you come from. Everybody loves pie.
Is that pie? Oh, that's pie.
Sweet pies, savory pies, every type of pie.
That's what I call good pizza.
A cloud of yum.
Right on, mate.
Absolutely amazing.
Sometimes you need a pie-tini.
It's really any flavor you can think of, surrounded by crust.
All the feels, everything good.
It's smooth, it's silky.
Super rich and a little bit of zing.
The only limitation is your imagination when it comes to pies.
Enough chit-chat. Who wants pie?
Don't be shy.
Let's get baked.
With its fresh seafood and authentic Cubanos, Miami is a hotbed of savory flavors. Now in the colorful arts district of Wynwood, they're turning up the heat on sweets too.
The pies match the art that you see everywhere. The colors pop, the flavors pop. Everything is just an art.
The hero of the wood, Derek went from fire truck to food truck to a sweet as pie brick and mortar called Fireman Derek's Bake Shop and Cafe.
Pie is a great base for milkshakes. It has fats, it has, sugar for sweetening. Different flavor of pie makes it a different flavor milkshake.
Derek's coming to your dessert. Derek spreads that into a pie tin using his patented spoon and spoon method.
And now it's ready to go in the oven.
While it bakes, he makes a ganache, heatening and sweetening
Until you've had a pie shake.
It's easy with Derek's trusty robot assistant.
It shuts off automatically. It's self-aware.
You have a little bit of the burnt flavor, and then you go in, and the center is really gooey. Just a beautiful, marriage of flavors coming at you all at once.
Chocolatey. Smooth and chocolatey.
I was surprised when I hit the inside of the pie, and it was super rich, like a fudge, explosion that was hidden amongst all of this marshmallow.
To have fun and to eat that local delicacy, key lime pie.
Key lime pie is special to me because it was my first love of pie. I've always loved to bake. I've been doing it since I was 15. It all started with key lime pie, and it is, to this day, still my favorite.
Everyone here is keyed up for key lime. It's Florida's official state pie.
What makes the key lime pie so great is its simplicity. Condensed milk, egg yolks, and fresh key lime juice.
He gets the milk totally yolked, then douses it with the power of sour.
There's some people like it where it's really, really tart, and then other people like it where it's on the sweeter side. I think on the spectrum of tartness to sweetness, it has the perfect balance.
Into Derek's graham cracker crust it goes.
The perfect color is this off yellow looking color, and you're gonna get that because of the egg yolks.
This pie in the oven, get on like a house on fire.
Baking it off turns the pie into a custard, which is what you want. A little whipped cream and you're good to go. Fireman Derek's Key Lime Pie, a Miami classic.
Oh my God.
Tart, but a little bit sweet.
It's a very light texture, but very heavy on flavor. It feels like I'm walking through a citrus field, and I'm just eating the sunshine.
I like the lightness of it. So I hate to say this, but I think this is better than my dad's key lime pie. Sorry, Dad.
This is absolutely the best key lime I've ever had. I come all the way here from New York to have it.
When you've got a burning desire for some pie yummy in Miami, it's Fireman Derek's to the rescue. This is not a drill. When you're out with friends soaking up all Seattle has to offer, the night always comes to a turning point. Hit a bar for one last drink, or go to
Cheers.
at Pie Bar Ballard.
I just moved to Seattle, and I've been exploring around, and this is one of the most unique places that I have found.
Where we go for dinner always changes, but ending up at Pie Bar is kind of assumed.
It's a standard at this point.
Texture we're looking for here is that whipped cream consistency. And it's gonna turn into the most lovely, creamy peanut butter dream you've ever tasted.
It's got the peanuttiness you love without the sticky heaviness. Try one of their upper crust cocktails, like the lemon meringue pie teeny.
Yes, pie teenies exist. It's a real thing, and you can only find them here at Pie Bar Ballard.
At Pie Bar, it isn't enough to be a baker. You also have to be a bartender.
So we're gonna start with fresh lemon juice. Then we're gonna take our Italian lemon liqueur.
Balanced by Spanish vanilla liqueur.
It's tart and sweet, just like a sugary lemon dessert should be.
A sturdy shake turns egg whites into fluffy meringue. And so you don't miss the sweet crunch of crust.
All this pie crumble is butter, sugar, and flour. To top it off, gotta have a little bit of fresh lemon. Lemon meringue pie-tini from Pie Bar Ballard. Have your pie and drink it too.
Literally pie in a glass.
Literally pie in a glass.
It tastes like I'm eating a lemon meringue pie.
It's smooth, it's silky. I really think they took a pie, squeezed it as hard as they could into the glass.
Best cocktail.
Best cocktail ever.
Pie Bar Ballard is a celebration of great combos, like twin sisters, pie and cocktails, and anything else?
Peanut butter jelly time.
What's the pie forecast in SoCal? 100% chance of yum.
It's like a tornado of perfection.
Wow.
The surf culture is totally tubular in Huntington Beach, California, where locals are learning the Australian tradition of following a good surf with a great meat pie. That's the wave of the future at Pie Knot.
There are no words that I can adequately find to represent the taste of an Australian meat pie.
Pies in Australia just go with surfing like 2 peas in a pod. Either you go to the bakery before you have a surf, or you've had a big surf and you grab a pie afterwards and curb your appetite.
Lifelong surfer Jai Snowden fell into the routine of selling Aussie pies with his friend and co-owner, Ryan LaPiccolo, who spent a year living in Australia.
I taught surfing while I was there, and on the way home was a pie shop. So every day for lunch, I'd have a pie. And when I moved back here to Southern California, there's nothing like it here, and I just needed to have it.
What they did was open up at the edge of the Pacific.
It's literally across the street from the beach. You couldn't get any closer. I think we are on the beach.
And taught SoCal surfers to hang 10 with Aussie pie creations like the Drunken Cow.
The biggest thing is that they're handheld. You got to be able to take it and take a bite out of it, and it's just the food that's on the go.
The secret to making these pies portable can be found, you guessed it, down under.
So we have a bottom crust, which is more of a pie crust, and it's a little bit more rigid. That allows us to pick our Aussie pies up, take them by hand, and take a good bite without it falling apart. You drop hot pie filling on you, not having a good day. So
in this case, the filling is top sirloin, which Jai puts into a computerized oven for a futuristic braise.
We're going to do a bit of a 12-hour braise in about an hour. At the start, it's really high, and throughout the cooking process, it'll bring the heat down, add moisture, and really tenderize and soften our beef.
But after just 10 minutes, he pauses the process to put the tipsy in our Drunken Cow pie. That's followed by pearl onions and chopped garlic, along with a secret combo of herbs and spices.
Mix all these flavors up. This is going to go back in our oven, so these pieces of meat are going to be all nice and tender and just fall apart in the mouth.
While the beef continues cooking inside R2-D2, Jai builds a roux. And when the beef has reached maximum tenderness, the roux goes in for maximum sturdiness.
This is going to give us a nice thickening to our pie because, you know, the whole premise of an Aussie meat pie is you don't want it to be falling apart.
The hearty beef meets the pies in very precise portions.
We definitely don't want to overfill the pie. If we overfill the pie, we're going to have an explosion.
A lighter puff pastry crust is added to the top and carefully crimped. Then it's an egg wash, a short bake.
Let's get baked.
And let's throw a little pie on the beach barbies.
Bringing the land down under to California with our Drunken Cow.
It's very crispy and golden. It sort of flakes off, while the bottom is still pretty soft to like support the pieces of meat inside of it. It's really good.
So first of all, Drunken Cow in itself is a great name. Second of all, it's the concoction of all these different flavors just like mixed in together. It's like a tornado of perfection.
Wow. You can taste the wine in the sauce. It adds like a savory element to it. It's really good.
The crust is what's doing it for me right now. When you take it off, you just kind of get that like little puff of steam out of there. Long day at the beach. This is gonna fill you up. This is a good stuff.
Even more filling is the Aussie version of a shepherd's pie, the Drover.
The name came from Australia. There's shepherds, but they're not called shepherds, they're called drovers. You know, taking another little bit of a cultural spin on it.
Jai spins onions and garlic in some oil, along with an 80-20 blend of ground Angus.
Nice to meet you, onions.
Worcestershire, fortified with tomato paste, followed by the secret blend of seasonings and a slurry of cornstarch for extra body, enters next. What's the verdict?
Oh, right on, mate.
Traditional veggies join the party.
A nice balance of peas and carrots. We definitely want those a little bit fresh and a little bit poppy in the mouth.
And once again, it's pie tins and portions. But the top crust is replaced with a savory snowstorm of garlic Parmesan mashed potatoes. Just 10 minutes to brown, and all hail the Good Shepherd.
Piping hot drovers for our pie hard fans.
It's really good. It's warm. I like the potatoes. It's like a little thing of heaven on top.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The potatoes are super fluffy.
It's a more efficient burger almost. Because all the ingredients are all mixed in there, and the crust is really amazing.
It's got all you want. It's got creamy potatoes. You've got some orange, carrots, and then some lovely little tender meat inside. It's delicious.
Damn, that was the best Australian accent I've heard. Usually everyone does English. That was perfect.
Except no imitations. Just authentic down-home cooking from Down Under Cooking. A pie pack creation so big, you can see it from space.
This is the pie that put us on the map.
And how sweet is the vibe at this LA family pie shop?
It's as sweet as you.
Oh. Oh, Texas good, y'all.
The Pie's the Limit in Houston, Texas, where you can get both a traditional slice or something from way outside the crust at Three Brothers Bakery.
Anything they cook here, I love it. Woo, that is good.
But I've been coming to this bakery for almost 50 years. That's a family tradition. Whenever my mother used to have parties and she'd go to Three Brothers Bakery for desserts, she'd tell her friends, oh, my three brothers and I made this.
The Three Brothers are actually Bobby Jucker's father and uncles, who brought their Polish Bubby's recipes to Texas in the 1940s.
I am the 5th generation baker in my family. I actually grew up here at the bakery, so for me, I really started to learn when I was about 12, 13.
Back when he was learning the basics of bread making, Bobby never dreamt he'd make something so big as the turducken of desserts, the Pumpacapple.
So the Pumpacapple is 3 pies baked in 3 cakes. If you can get it all in your mouth at one time, it's pretty much an explosion of cream cheese and caramel and nuts and pie and cake all together.
You heard him. 3 pies and 3 cakes together because Texas, which is also why pie number 1 is pecan.
This is the pie that put us on the map. Pecan pie is really popular in Texas because it just tastes good. And we like stuff that tastes good.
Sugar, eggs, and vanilla help form that glorious goo that rests between nuts and crust.
Now we're going to add the corn syrup.
A double dose of dark and light.
The light just makes the color a little bit lighter. It's just a slight difference as far as taste.
The sauce sits while Bobby goes nuts on the pie shell.
We're going to pour this filling on top of the pecans. They don't get coated if you put the pecans in at the same time. You want them to get coated, otherwise you get these dry-looking spots.
From a Texas classic to an American institution.
Now, you can't make a Pumpacapple without having America's favorite apple pie.
Multi-dessert mingling starts with a coat of cake crumbs on the crust.
So the cake crumbs that we use actually help the apples from getting the crust soggy. You really don't need a lot of crumbs.
Sweet and cinnamony apples cover the crumbs, then he lays down a lattice on top of that.
Last one, we're getting ready to take this to the oven.
Pumpkin Pie joins his brothers for a bake and a cool down as Bobby moves on to the cake batters.
We're going to pour some of the batter into the pan.
Perfect pairing number 1, apple spice cake with our apple pie.
We're gonna take this apple pie and put it inside of the pan.
The whole pie inside the cake.
You get the crunchiness of the pie and the softness of the cake, and the two just make you go crazy. Now we're ready to pour the rest of the batter.
The pecan is paired with creamy chocolate cake.
We gotta get every last drop.
Pumpkin pie merges with pumpkin spice cake, and 3 are about to become 1.
So let's get our hard hats on and get this thing constructed. How beautiful is that? Now what I've got to do is I got to straighten this. No one wants a leaning tower of pumpkin apple. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a little off the top? Okay, you got it.
The sweet binding polymer between our 3 pie cakes, cream cheese icing.
We tried a few different icings before we decided with this icing, and it just kind of complemented everything. You just can't have any more fun than this.
But you can have more pecans and 1 final sweet drizzle.
It's time for the crowning glory. Caramel on the edge, running down the side, and just drizzled all over the top.
And this 30-pound pie cake is ready for all 80 of your closest friends.
You can eat your cake and have your pie too. The pumpkin cap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Wow. Where's your piece? Always good.
This is so decadent. You know, you can get so many different flavors depending on what combinations you have on your fork.
If we had Thanksgiving every day, this is what I would have. You get everything you like in one pie cake.
The moistness of the apple with the spiciness of the cake is really good.
And this pumpkin spice is absolutely amazing.
I love the chocolate and pecan. It's an excellent combination. It's really rich.
Love that chocolate. It's just good. And in between all that, I like the little crunch, scrumptious.
No, frosting is fabulous. It ramps up the sweet level. It's fine by me.
Why have 1 dessert from a One Brother bakery when you can get 3 from 3?
It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, if I died today, my life would be complete.
Down-home flavors, family recipes, and cooking from scratch are getting lots of love in Los Angeles, where Becky the Pie Mom reigns supreme. She's the mother of all pies at the Pie Hole.
It was my dream to open a pie shop even when my kids were little. Pie is love. It was love at my house. It was the gathering of the ingredients and the feelings that we had doing it together.
It may have seemed pie in the sky at the time, but when her son Matt grew up, he and his wife Lindsay thought everyone should enjoy Becky's spectacular pies.
What's so beautiful about my husband is that he just really wanted to make his mom's dream come true.
Now, sharing it with LA, I get that same warm, fuzzy feeling that I got when I baked with my children.
Everything's made from scratch. You can taste the difference.
Open your pie hole for the carbs on carbs inspiration of mac and cheese pot pie.
Pie is supposed to make you happy. That's what we go for.
Chef Sarah goes for super salty water and calls in macaroni, which she slightly undercooks.
Because this bakes again once you put it into hot pie crust.
Mac, check. Cheese, please, starting with melted butter.
We're caramelizing onions, and that's low and slow.
The onions reach maximum sweetness, then it's California creamin'. And mustard is a must.
It has a little Dijon in it for a little bit of tang, a little bit of zing to it.
She stirs in love and nostalgia.
Mac and cheese reminds me of my family reunions. I have a lot of Southern relatives, and mac and cheese features pretty heavily.
That's what America's all about. Speaking of which...
So American cheese has a very low melt point, and that just helps everything get nice and gooey, really delicious.
Then she gives it some edge with a little sharp cheddar.
Nice and mixed, no dry spots. Every noodle's got some cheese on it.
Let's just eat this and call it a day.
But we're a pie shop, so this is going to go into a savory hot pie.
Dope! She gets it in the tin impressively.
Egg wash around the edges so that it forms a good seal. If it's not sealed well, it will just explode everywhere.
The mac and cheese is so rich and creamy that Sarah uses an ice cream scoop to soft serve it up. More dough to tuck it all in, and then the edges get a trim.
Hi-ho.
Some buttered crumbs kissed with parsley and garlic. The love bakes right in. Then Sarah pops them out, because these pies are served naked.
That's a Mac attack.
It's flaky and it's about to mix into all the cheesy flavors.
And I love this crust topping here. You can see all the different herbs on top. And it gives it that added flavor like it was baked with the crust.
It's salty, it's savory, it's got this crunchy texture to it, which blends in really nicely with the soft mac and cheese.
Perfectly cooked pasta and loads of cheese.
It's so velvety, it's smooth, and I love the texture of the little tube noodles. Every tube's filled with cheese.
I love that it's in pie form, of course. I can get both of my favorite comfort foods, and I know every time I come here, it's gonna be super good.
Downtown LA goes Downton Abbey with Pie Hole's perfectly proper Earl Grey tea pie.
Imagine drinking a cup of tea, pinky out with your biscuit. That's what the flavor is going to be.
Instead of taking her tea with cream, Sarah takes her cream with tea. Lots of tea. Tea-rific. She steps up the steep with a squeeze and a stir.
Pie is worth the whisk.
Pour over white chocolate, mix until melted, and we got ganache. Chocolate takes the tea and biscuit flavor from pinky out to thumbs up. When it's cool, Sarah folds in fresh whipped cream to make it a mousse.
The tricky part about mousse is they can go flat if you fold them too much.
Sarah keeps it fluffy and lets it cool. Then she teas up a dark chocolate ganache.
Dark chocolate offsets the really, really sweet white chocolate, so it just gives it an interesting flavor.
The creamy chocolate gets layered onto the bottom of Pie Hole's rich rustic crust.
A little sea salt just cuts the sweetness of the chocolate, accentuating it a little bit.
Toasted pistachios add a flavorful crunch. Then a thick layer of Earl Grey white chocolate mousse, topped with whipped cream and pistachio crown jewels.
And that's the Earl Grey, only at Pie Hole.
It has the Earl Grey flavor, and the whipped cream is so fresh.
It's got that nice velvety texture that goes perfect with that cream. The pistachios add a nice little crunch on top.
I like the texture, and the whipped cream is light and heavenly like a cloud. So you get this like crunchy, soft thing, and it's a good marriage of texture and flavor. It's wonderful.
It's as sweet as you.
Oh.
It's down-home family goodness in downtown LA at the Pie Hole. A sweet dream that came true.
Happiness one slice at a time.
This down-home Thanksgiving pie is a Turkey Day delight.
It's like Thanksgiving dinner all in one plate.
In the South, even the tea is as sweet as pie. But in the South Texas town of McAllen, they're going all in for savory and savory sweet combos at PJ Pies.
Pie is best in Texas.
Chef Brian Anthony isn't afraid to pie outside the lines.
We offer some of the basics. If we're going to have pies that are a little bit outside of your comfort zone, something like our blueberry basil and goat cheese or our bourbon chocolate pecan, something that you won't find everywhere. The only person to get this much flavor in a single bite is Willy Wonka.
He's always been a guy who lives a life of pie.
My whole life, I appreciated like pie before I would want a cake for parties or events. I'm a savory and sweet guy, and I always like the elements of balance of flavors.
His combining of flavors goes to the extreme with a whole turkey dinner baked in a pie. Give thanks for the gobbler.
It's like Thanksgiving dinner all in one plate. You're gonna get a ton of flavor from everything, and it all goes really well together.
Savory pie needs a savory crust.
The difference between the savory dough and the sweet dough is the spices that are going to go into the dough.
He customizes it with flour powered by tons of butter. The dough chills while Brian cuts to the filling.
We're going to go ahead and put in our mirepoix, which is going to be the celery, carrots, and onions.
Veggies get sauteed with butter, garlic, and spices, then a sprinkle of flour and a shot of Auntie's holiday fuel.
Aunt B's coming over. Got to have the white wine.
He stocks up. Then, half and half is a have to have.
We're going to let this cook down until it thickens up.
And it's Turkey Day. How badly do I want to eat this? 2 words.
Gobble, gobble.
But wait a hot minute.
We don't want to put it into the dough hot. It'll melt the butter in the dough, and we won't get as crispy of a crust.
Brian bangs out the dough till it has a circumference to diameter ratio of approximately 3.14. Now, do the math on that festive filling.
Good Thanksgiving's portion size. Enough to bust a belt.
Then he lowers the lid.
This is going to seal it all together, keep all that flavor locked in there, and also does look really nice when we take it out of the oven.
While we wait, Brian breaks down the remaining essentials of the harvest feast.
It wouldn't be Thanksgiving without your favorite pair of sweatpants, a good old family fight, and stuffing.
Now that's the stuff.
I like a classic stuffing.
And here that means celery, onions, and chicken stock, along with apples and cranberries, are all the dream that stuffings are made of.
It's time to build Thanksgiving dinner.
Pile it on. Warm stuffing, pie full of turkey, mashed potatoes, rich gravy, and of course, the cranberry sauce.
You're tasting like the turkey and the mashed potato, and then it's like the biscuit at the end with the crust. Mix it all together and it's right there.
Thanksgiving in a pie.
Flaky. I don't know what he does. I'm sure it has something to do with a lot of butter. And the piece de resistance is the stuffing all the way around it.
The turkey is just perfectly proportioned all the way through. Cranberry makes it pop. It adds a little bit of tart to the whole savory portion.
Goodness in every last bite.
What Thanksgiving dinner is complete without some pie for dessert? Something beyond the usual pumpkin, like PJ's blueberry, goat cheese, and basil pie.
We wanted a sweet and savory flavor in a pie, and what better way than adding the goat cheese in with it?
You gotta have fresh plump blueberries, along with soft, salty goat cheese and finely chopped basil.
Basil has a nice fragrance to it. You don't really taste it, you're gonna more smell it. We want to go ahead and just get this goat cheese spread out a little bit.
He gets it sweetened and thickened and ready for the crust.
This time we're using our sweet pie dough. We're going to add some cinnamon and sugar into this pie shell when we're making it.
Instead of a top crust, Brian makes a yummy crumble topping with brown sugar and lots of almonds.
So the almond kind of brings that sweetness level down just a little bit. This crumble really is coming together. It's time to put this on the pie.
He bakes and cools it, and with a scoop of vanilla, makes it pie a la mode.
Blueberry basil goat cheese a la awesome.
The goat cheese is really subtle. It has a decadent, rich feel to it. It has some creamy, delicious, fresh blueberries, nice crunch of almonds on top.
It's a really delicious buttery crust, flaky, sweet, very fresh.
You get like chunks of blueberry, and then you can taste the goat cheese. I would have never thought to put the two together, but I really like the crumbling of the crust that's on top. It adds a crunch to it.
Wow, the blueberries are perfect. They're like fresh and they pop in your mouth.
That's why PJ's is the place when McAllen craves pie. It's where variety is the pie of life.
I'd offer you some, but it's all mine.
A Texas standard with almost too much crunch, too much meat, and of course,
There's no such thing as too much cheese.
don't mess with a Texan when it comes to pie.
Doesn't matter how old you are or where you come from, everybody loves pie.
But outside of Austin, in Round Rock, they're dishing up a different take on the delicacy.
There's so many pies out there, but when it comes to Texas, it's Fritos pie.
You won't find Fritos pie in a bakery. This specialty is made for sports bars, like Cover 3.
Cover 3 is a zone defense for football. You cover 3 zones of the field, and we cover dining, spirits, and sports.
You can watch football, but you don't have to love football to love the food.
Whether football is your fantasy or not, don't pass up the option for Fritos pie.
Fritos pie is a Texas favorite for sure. Just a good, hearty dish, especially in the cold season.
That's because in lieu of fruit, this pie is packed with chili, and plenty of it.
It's one of your just traditional Texas red chilies. This isn't your truck stop chili. This is a white tablecloth kind of chili, but it's really good and real hearty.
Chef Dave sends packaged spices to the sidelines and sends in the big guns: dried guajillos, pasillas, and chipotles.
You're going to get a little sweet, you're going to get a little savory, kind of like that mole flavor.
The peppers simmer in water and beef base before blending.
We're looking good, pureed perfectly. Time to start with the braising of the beef.
Bacon grease greases the way for garlic and onions.
We're going to let the onions sweat for a second, get some of that sweetness out of them before we brown the chuck.
No ground round here. Chef Dave browns massive chunks of meaty chuck, 20 pounds of it. The ground beef gets doused with our chili puree and a little unexpected pick-me-up.
But we also like to add some coffee to this one. The coffee just kind of brings out a nice, just mellow flavor.
The chili's simmering, but what about some queso? Chef Dave is on the case.
Texans love queso.
The cheesy blitz begins with water and half, spiced with salt, garlic powder, and white pepper.
And then, of course, being in Texas, we're going to do 20 pounds of American cheese. Yes, 20 pounds.
And how many servings is that?
This is a single order. Just when you thought we were done, more cheese.
The queso's complete, but every pie needs a good crust.
Let's start with our Fritos. Want to get a nice heaping of those. Then we're going to go on to our chili. Again, we're in Texas, so you might as well go big.
That includes the cheese, too, which is a triple team of Jack and cheddar.
Then we're going to move right over to our queso. Nice and gooey. Get that right all over the top there. Do a little bit of cilantro.
A little extra spice for safety.
America's favorite, Fritos pie.
I think it's all the layers of all the deliciousness that just makes it into one big pie.
Like the chips is your crust, it's crunchy, and then you have your fillings, your meat, and then you have toppings, that's like your decoration.
I've never had chili with big old chunks of beef like this. Growing up, my mom used chili from a can, so this is much better than that.
I think the Fritos actually enhance the chili, give it a crunch, and the queso gives a nice little creaminess.
The Fritos are awesome, the chili is amazing, but the queso is so good. There's no such thing as too much cheese.
If you don't love queso, you're not from Texas.
And it's salty, it's delicious, good for a hangover.
And this is real Texas chili also. Not a bunch of beans getting in the way of a perfectly good chili.
Like beans.
Okay, well, settle down.
So drop your defenses and flood the pie zone at Cover 3.
Done, dude.
Classic Chicago deep dish pie. That's yours for a song.
Let's eat some pizza. Boom, boom, boom.
Big town food is what Chicago does best. And when it comes to pizza pies, the Second City has one spot that's earned first place.
That's like Chicago on a platter right there.
Pie equals party.
What's got them all pie-eyed is a pizza palace that's both old school and next level. Labriola Ristorante.
This is my #1 place that I go. Always my favorite.
Owner Richard Labriola carries on the family business of making and perfecting pizza pies.
My dad had a pizza restaurant. My dad would teach us how to make pizza, and then he'd come back around and he'd always correct us. So my mission in life at that age was to make a pizza that he couldn't correct.
He's got infinite reasons why these pies are his passion.
You have crust, you have filling, and it's hot. What's not to love?
Absolutely nothing. And the love shines through in the deep dish tribute to his dad, Danny's Special.
So my pie in the sky dream is that people taste the tradition in this pizza.
Rich has been making bread for years as well, so he brings the skills of baking to his pizza pie making.
Our dough is really light and flavorful. It's almost like a focaccia dough.
The pan looks like it could tell some stories.
This is a pan that we've obviously used for a few years. Seasoning on the pan is what makes it special.
That comes from years of moisturizing Italian style.
We brush the pan with the olive oil, coat it really good, use the rest a little bit on top of the dough.
To prevent sogginess, Richard sauce-proofs the crust with a dusting of delicious.
We add a little bit of aged provolone.
Then a flotilla of mozzarella.
Go right up to the edge with the cheese.
Now comes the heavy construction.
We love big buildings in Chicago, and it's time to pile this thing high.
Plum tomato sauce gets a serious mishandling.
Here's where you get to play with your food a little bit. Next comes our sausage. We put it right on top. It gets a nice caramelization.
That sausage goes on raw and cooks down in the oven, Chicago style.
Mushrooms, red onion. Next is green pepper. It's almost as high as the Willis Tower. A little bit of oregano, and you can never have enough pecorino romano.
Into the gentle warmth of a 535-degree stone deck oven, and soon it's a Michigan Avenue masterpiece.
Danny's special deep dish. This is how we do pie in Chi-Town.
What? Oh, so excited.
Nice, thank you, man.
Thank you. The sausage is awesome. The cheese oozing, the crust is everything to me.
That's good. That's what I call good pizza.
That was awesome. The tomatoes pop. The tomatoes are full of flavor. It's not just a sauce, it's chunks of tomatoes.
The vegetables just add a little extra.
Yeah, it's got, everything. The right amount of cheese, right amount of sauce, all the feels, yes. Everything good.
Let's eat some pizza. Boom, boom, boom.
Next time you blow through Chicago, throw your taste buds for a loop at La Briola Restaurante.
This is definitely the Chicago pie.
This is definitely Chicago pie.
Here's to all the brave men and women who roll out the dough, pipe in the filling, and crumble the topping every day. Semper Pi.